Okay, I just wanted to jump quickly and give context to the video that you're about to watch. So, hi everybody, my name is Cabblow. I go by Cabblow on the internet. My animation students call me Miss K, and I am the creative director and lead animator at Cabblow Studios, which is my animation company. We made a short film called 3 Teaspoons of Sugar, which got into different festivals, including Annecy International Animation Festival this year in June. And TVPaint was one of the sponsors for our film. They were the software sponsor for the film. And during the festival, they asked us to make a video explaining how we made the short film using TVPaint, and then also just all the different ways we use TVPaint at the studio. So this is the video that we made for them, and in the video we talk about all the different things that we use TVPaint for: illustration, character design, whatever it might be. And then I also talk about how we actually, like, I go through some behind the scenes for how we made 3 teaspoons of sugar. So all of the relevant timestamps will be in the description for whichever part you're interested in. And I guess without further ado, I will let you watch the video. Okay, happy Friday or happy whatever day it is when you watch this video. Bye. Hi everyone, my name is Gobelins Maka and I am an animator. I'm an animation director and the creative director of an animation studio called Cabblow Studios, which is in Johannesburg, South Africa. And we actually made our first short film called 3 Teaspoons of Sugar with TVPaint. And I'm here to share with you guys how we made our film with TVPaint, why we love TVPaint so much, and just, you know, a little bit of our process as a studio. Yeah, and I guess what I'll do now is I will put in some kind of showreel on screen as I talk over the things that we do with TVPaint. So just a little bit of a background about us as a studio. Cabblow Studios is an animation and illustration studio based in Johannesburg, South Africa. We do short films, we do series, and we do medical animation, and we do all of that with TVPaint, which is quite cool for us. In 2019, we created our first short film, 3 Teaspoons of Sugar, which is now an official selection for Annecy, which is quite cool. Woo! And TVPaint was our software sponsor in making that film. And we're just going to share with you now just some of the things that we really love about TVPaint, how we got into it, how we found it, and how we used it to make our short film. Okay, so how I personally found TVPaint is I studied animation in South Africa, and then I also went to the Gobelins L'école de l'Image summer school of animation in 2016. So I had heard about TVPaint before. You know, when you see short films online and other student work online when you're studying, you know, you get to learn what other people are using. But the first time I used TVPaint was when I was at the Gobelins summer school. And I remember I was explaining how I didn't really like some of the other stuff that I've used previously, you know, because the brushes and everything, and I didn't really like that experience. So the lecturer said, okay, why not try using TVPaint if you like really nice brushes? So he literally opens up TVPaint, he's like, boom, here's a timeline, boom, this is how you make a new frame, this is how you delete that frame, here's the brush, go for it. Literally 3 seconds and he was done explaining. And I knew then, especially as I was working on the project during my time at Gobelins, I knew then that when I get home to South Africa, I need to buy TVPaint for myself at least. And I guess what I really loved was, number one, it was made for me as someone who loves to draw, and number two, how easy it was to actually use. Even though maybe it might seem intimidating, it's actually quite simple to get into. And then number three, once you buy TVPaint, you have it, which was very cool for me as someone who is in South Africa and trying to be a part of the animation industry when our context is slightly different from elsewhere in the world, you know. So we use TVPaint for storyboarding, we use it to make our animatics, we use it to do children's book illustrations, from the rough planning to the finished colored sketches. We use it to do obviously character animation, lots and lots of character animation, just animation in general. We use TV Paint when we're just sketching, trying to explore character design, background design, and also when I create artwork to post on my Instagram, I create them with TV Paint. When we create promotional videos, to promote our short film, we use TV Paint. When I create cover art for my podcast, I use TV Paint. So really, we use TV Paint for anything and everything that needs to be drawn, and anything that needs to be animated 2D. We use TV Paint for that. So how did we make 3 teaspoons of sugar? I'll just take you through kind of in general how we did it, and maybe I'll show you some shots of how we did it. So what was really important for me as a director was to make sure that our storyboard and our animatic was something that we got sorted out. So 3 teaspoons of sugar is an animation about diabetes and how it affects the family, and it's actually an animated documentary. So what's interesting about that is you don't know what people are going to say when you do a documentary, but because it's animation, we still have to pre-plan some of the work. What I did do is we pre-made the storyboard. Even though we didn't know what they were going to say, we knew what kinds of visuals we wanted to represent in the film. And once the storyboard and the animatic were ready, that was what I used to share with the rest of the team of animators. We had 4 female animators working on the project, including myself. And what I would do is, because we weren't following a traditional pipeline where you had your character turnarounds already and you had like a project complete concept document slash Bible, we didn't have any of those things because we had to make the film really quickly. So I would give the animators an animatic. I would give them a kind of an example of how the character should look cleaned up, one in position A or in position B or position C, however it was, and then they would animate the shot roughly. I would get it back from them and make any kinds of corrections and revisions, and then I would send it back to them. Then once they were done with that shot, we would take it to color. What I would do with color is then I would create kind of like a model of what the colors for that particular shot needed to be, maybe how their shadows would sit on the characters, and I would give that to the colorist who was working on that particular shot. Then she would then color in all of the characters in that shot, separate them on different layers, separate the shadows, all of that. And then I would get the finished animation, the finished color, the finished background, and then I would composite them in TV Paint and export the shot to be used in our editing program. So that's how we use TV Paint at Cabblow Studios, and there's so much more we could share. There's also so much more to learn about the software, but for us it's quite exciting that we have this unique 2D animation tool that we can use in a South African context, and we hope that more people will use it. So I hope that that was all really useful and interesting to listen to, and I hope you guys have a beautiful day wherever you are in the world. Bye.